What is going on, boys? It's Kamtoofyee. It's another video, and you may see that the quality looks a lot better. We done got a new camera. We done got a new laptop. I'm telling y'all, boys, this editing about to go crazy. Goal at the end of this year is 5,000 subscribers. So let's see if we can get there. In this video, I will be showing you guys how to make varsity as a freshman. Now, disclaimer, if you don't make varsity as a freshman, that doesn't make you any less better. This does not guarantee you will make varsity as a freshman, but it's just some tips that will help you achieve that goal. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. This video about to go crazy. This video will not be too long, so make sure you write down these tips. And we're gonna have a bonus tip at the end, so make sure you guys stay to the end. I promise you these tips gonna help y'all. Make sure y'all turn on post notifications, and without further ado, let's get into this video.
Through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back.
So the first tip to make varsity as a freshman is get a trainer. And listen, a trainer isn't mandatory. This is just a tip, but I promise you getting a trainer will help. I wish that I got in a trainer since I was in the 7th or 8th grade, but I could teach you guys and give you guys these tips that I wish I would have done as a freshman. By the way, these tips are for any sport. These tips are for football, but these can work for any sport. Baseball, soccer, basketball. These tips are for every freshman trying to be an athlete and make varsity. I've been training with my trainer for 1 year. We've been doing sessions probably like once a week, because that's what we can do at the most. But in those 1 days a week, I was blessed with an amazing trainer, Coach Helam, Ambitious Visions Athletics. Coach Helam, Ambitious Visions Athletics. Make sure y'all go check him out. Link in bio. Mentor, somebody that has helped me a lot. So make sure y'all go check him out. But I recommend getting a trainer. It will really help you. Like I said before, I wish I got in a trainer in 8th grade or 7th grade. I would have probably been a lot better now. And I would have probably had a lot more opportunities than I did in the past if I had a trainer before high school and while I was a freshman. But I didn't get that opportunity. But what I can do is tell you guys that you should get a trainer before coming into high school or while coming into high school. And I know everybody can't afford a trainer, but this is just a tip. You don't need to get a trainer, but it will help you if you get a trainer. So that brings us to tip number 2. Be confident in your skills. Even if you are not that good, still be confident in your skills and go out there and compete. Don't be afraid to compete. My freshman year, I walked in there thinking I was the best freshman there. That's what I thought. They exposed my flaws. They showed that I was slow, that I had terrible running form. But guess what I did? I still went out there and competed and worked, and I made varsity at the end of my freshman year. A lot of people got moved up. I was a sophomore, started that next year on varsity. So I won. But be confident in your skills and improve on them. You can still improve on your skills during the season. Take everything they tell you and work on it. If they tell you that you're too slow, run track at the end of the season and try to work on your running form. Look for YouTube videos to work on your running form. If they tell you got no hands, practice catching the ball at home. Prove on these skills, but don't be afraid to compete and stand in the back. If you get jammed up at the line, don't be afraid to step back up and try to go again. They will see that you got that mindset that you will not quit. Don't be afraid. Keep competing. Just because you mess up a little time, you can't be afraid to fail, y'all boys. They'll find a way to put you on varsity if they see you're not afraid to compete, especially if it's with sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and people above your class. So now we're on to tip number 4. Outwork every other freshman. Like I said, I thought I was the best freshman there. But even though I wasn't the most talented, I promise you I would outwork every freshman there. There was some freshmen that were on varsity, but I was competing with them. They just didn't know it. They didn't know it at all. I had the mindset that I was the best freshman there and I was gonna prove myself to those coaches that I was best freshman. The next tip is tip number 5. Make sure you guys compete with those varsity players. I promise you, coming from a junior going to a senior, the sophomores, juniors, and seniors hate when a freshman beats them. It is a hit to their pride and they hate that. And if the coaches see that, that is amazing. The coaches love seeing a freshman outwork one of the varsity players. And if you do that, if you step up, beat them in sprints, compete with them, those coaches gonna notice that. And they gonna see how hard you work. Beating them in reps, beating them in one-on-ones, beating them on the soccer field, beating them anywhere. Again, this video is for people in every sport. Compete with these varsity players and don't let them bring you down. I'm a Christian, I'm a follower of Christ, and I will tell you guys about God on this account. And if you guys don't want to hear that stuff, either leave or you can just ignore it. But if you guys just trust God in this process, I promise you He will see you through and He will bring you through that rocky road and He will always be there at the end. But hey, that's tip number 5. Outwork these varsity players. Tip number 6, get in the weight room. Get yourself stronger. My freshman year, I was so weak. I was a skinny little man. But make sure you guys get in the weight room. If you don't have somebody with you that knows what they're doing, just take it light on the weight because you don't want to be lifting and hurt yourself while you're lifting. I see so many freshmen with absolutely horrible form. Their bench is terrible, their squat looks terrible. Make sure you guys try to work on your form first before doing the heavy weight. Don't get overwhelmed with the weights these other freshmen are doing. Some of these freshmen, my homeboy, he was benching 185 as a freshman, repping it. As a freshman, it's pretty impressive. My other homeboy, lineman, benching like 200, repping it. That was very overwhelming with me, a freshman who could barely bench 135 once. So make sure you guys don't get overwhelmed in the weight room and make sure you just keep working. Make sure y'all are around the right crowd of people when you're in that weight room. If you have 10 reps, you can only do 2 with the weight you're at. You need to go down. You don't need to impress anybody. Work your way up, okay? Work your way up. And this is the last tip. It's a bonus tip. Even if you don't make it, keep working. Even if you don't make varsity that year, if you make JV or freshman, keep working and ask the coach what you can do to make varsity that next year. There's always room for improvement. There's always time to get better, and there's always stuff to work on. There's NFL players that still got stuff they need to work on. There's college players, high school players. You are not finished getting better. So just keep working on your craft. Try to get better at these things so you can start your sophomore year or your junior year. And definitely start your senior year. That should always be your goal. So just write down these tips. Make sure you guys remember them, put them in your head, and keep working. Because I believe in y'all boys. I believe in y'all boys and girls. There's girls that watch my channel, so I don't want to leave you guys excluded. Make sure you guys just keep your head on the swivel, have tunnel vision, trust God in His process, and He will see you through. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I made a top 10 freshman tips video. It should be coming right here or here. I don't know, but it's going to be there. Top 10 tips for freshmen. Click the video right there if you want to see that. Thank you guys for watching this video and show some love in the comments. Love y'all boys. It's Kamtoofyee and I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Peace out.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal.